Hi, Misha here, and it's another Battlestar Galactica ship from the Eaglemoss official collection of diecast models, issue 19, the Cylon Heavy Raider. This will be a pretty brief video. It kind of came in the middle of a week, so my time is limited, and I'll bring her out again when there's a better day and compare it with some of the other vessels. For example, the Colonial Raptor that we already have, because this is pretty much the Cylon's loose equivalency. As the name suggests, it is a heavy raider, but it's not a space superiority fighter like the Raider we've got. This is more of a multi-role craft. But whereas the Raptor is targeted as a transport, communications, reconnaissance vessel, primarily, with attack, defense, offense, guns is more of a secondary. The Heavy Raider is kind of the reverse. While it can be used for reconnaissance, communications, command, it is primarily for attack, fighting, although it does have a major role as a transport for troops. I don't know how long this is in universe. The standard Raider is about 29 feet long, and the standard Raptor is about 28 feet, but it's bigger than those. It can be piloted. Well, it can pilot itself with its own brain. It can be autonomous. But it can also be piloted by either humans or human Cylons or even Centurions, and it can carry roughly 10 Centurions, which, they're bigger than humans, so possibly a few more human-type critters. The standard Raptor carries 2 crew and either 8 soldiers or 10 passengers, so again, it has a little bit more carrying capacity. It has more armor than the Raptor. It has a longer ranged FTL drive. And it has more guns. The Raptor has 2 autocannon, but the Heavy Raider here has 2 triple-barreled autocannons, whereas the standard Raider just has 2 autocannon, and it has 2 integrated missile launchers. But it doesn't seem to have quite the hardpoint flexibility of a Raptor. While things can be underslung, and it can even tow other vessels, it doesn't seem to have quite the versatility of connections as the Raptor. And the Raptor has an internal ordnance or gear bay, and I don't believe the Heavy Raider does. This is a relatively new craft for the Cylons. It was developed long after the First War, and really was first seen in numbers during the attack on the colonies. In a dogfighting scenario, they seem to deploy about 1 Heavy Raider for every 10 standard Raiders, kind of as a small command and control craft for that wing. They also use these to transport Centurions to planet surfaces for wiping up survivors. But after that, we also see them in episodes used to carrying construction equipment and other supplies for rebuilding the colonies. And we do see these used for reconnaissance and other type roles throughout the show. So, relatively versatile craft. We do definitely see them using their missiles and autocannon to attack ground targets themselves, not just always relying on their Centurions. So this is kind of a drop ship, ground attacker Maybe sort of like an A-10 if it could carry some passengers, or maybe even a better analogy, like a Hind helicopter, a Mi-24, because it seems to have the same abilities, plus of course space travel. And these are, carried aboard base stars, base ships, for their multi-role use. And like other Cylon fighters, spaceships, they are organic, or at least partially so. While it can fly itself, like I said, it can also be flown by another pilot, but it doesn't have any windows or anything. They just have to rely on sensors to see outside and see what's going on. As for the model, it's actually quite large. It's very long. It's not especially wide, and it's quite tall. Comes with the standard Eaglemoss base, and even though it has a lot of plastic for all the details sticking out, it's also very heavy. It's very weighted, which is nice. So it definitely has a metal core, even if a lot of the detailing needs to be in plastic polymer for obvious reasons. This is one that I really hoped they would do for the collection. I wasn't so much looking forward to it. I mean, I wasn't not, but I just thought you really need the Heavy Raider because it was seen throughout the show. There's a couple of minor changes they did to the model throughout the series. They never did an interior. They just show it from the outside. But it's in a lot of episodes from the beginning through Razor and the end, playing actually a pretty significant role in multiple episodes. So it's definitely one we needed in the collection. And first impressions are very positive. I like the weight, the details. And as always, I had no idea what this critter looked like because, well, blind. So with that, I hope I got it on camera for you. If I did, great. If I didn't, well, I tried, and I'm sure you can find images. But this just came in today, and it's been a taxing week, and I thought it would be good to do something fun for a minute. So I'm doing a video on the Cylon Heavy Raider from Eaglemoss. If I did get it on camera, what do you guys think? Let me know. Any questions, please put them in the comments. And as always, if you could, like, share, and subscribe. This is Misha. Catch you very soon. Next time.